this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm just here to talk a little bit about an offer that I decided to put out, and it has to do with soul therapy and a soul therapy session. Everyone asks me, well, what do you do there? What is it all about, and why does it cost so much? So, well, why is it expensive? It requires extreme meditative states, and it takes so much time. I work with a protocol. I find the soul's origin, the condition it is in, how it has come to that state. Through past life choices, I can pinpoint exactly in what lifetime and also how it has played out in those lifetimes. And also, the most important thing is that it's possible to understand what kinds of blocks and restrictions are in place. And the ultimate goal is, most importantly, is that I'm able to clear them for you. Now, I invite you to go read about on my website first of all, why am I doing this? Because I think it's important to know the value of this type of work. So before you decide on something like this, I invite you to go to my website, multiplevoices.net, and read under what they say, and read the comments of people who I've worked with doing soul realignment sessions and soul therapeutic sessions. Now, what is the price? I'm dropping it 25%, so the full price is $597, and this can be payable in at once, one time. There's a PayPal button for that, or in 2 installments of $300 each. You can find one button for that, a PayPal button, on both my Christelle Martinette site.com and multiplevoices.net. Thank you for listening in and to allow me to have this little plug. Now off to the readings. Hello, Leo. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'd like to read with you. No, I'm going to mix the cards, and this is a reading for the week starting February 16th. And I have here with me the Angel Tarot deck that was designed by 2 artists, Italian artists, one Arturo Pico and the other Giordano Berti. It was designed in 2007. Now, I'm using the Angel Tarot, but not in terms of good versus evil. I'm using them in a broad spiritual sense, in terms of angels bearing messages, like oracles. They are bringing messages. Okay, I just wanted to couch that because we are of all different spiritual shades and colors here listening in. And I especially like this deck because of the lightness of the, look at that, the backs of that. So what I'm going to do is use this deck, then the Neapolitan decks, and then I have up here hanging Tiger's Eyes runes to crown the readings. I'm going to open 9 cards first. Okay, now, Leo, it is a difficult week. All right, I'm going to tell you that, but it's a lovely week. It is a lovely week. The week is ushered in by a wonderful message of love that comes your way, that you'll start feeling the elation of someone in love. So much so that you're going to feel that you have the ability to create, finally, your own pictures, your own films, your own visualizations. You're making the magic of it all happen. You feel like you're coming into your own. As I said, it is not an easy week, of course. This is going to take discipline, it's going to take work, and it's also going to take you keeping a positive attitude and remembering that you have guides. You have people on your side. All right, there's something else here. There's a very grounded energy that the groundedness comes from the love that you have around you. And I'm talking about only all forms of love, companionship, children, immediate extended families, and also the passion. You're blessed with passion this week and a sense of newness, as if, oh my God, I can start again. You have that feeling. And, this does not come without a price. We know that. Life is up and down, it's dynamic. There's a dynamic equilibrium in life. And the week is going to call on you to try to see things in a different light, no matter what happens. And that may cause you pain. It may cause you pain. Let me show you these cards. This is the Page of Cups. This is the lovely Ace of Cups. This is our Magician. Look at that. Look how lovely that is. On a wing and a prayer, the Magician's working. The Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is the infinite work put into an endeavor that you are seeking so hard to see the light. You're hoping that it sees the light. Now, but what happens here? You have this is the Nine of Wands. This is a card that just puts you in a position of, doubt. All right, this is doubt. This is self-sabotaging doubt. All right, the Ten of Coins. The Ace of Wands. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. In this deck you see hands holding the man up, and the Ten of Swords. Now, we have all the elements here, and we have the Magician in a position of being able to use all the elements. Okay, now, there's the liveliness, I'm going to call it liveliness, of your Leo passion. Okay. It's not any news that Leos are passionate. They're, fire signs. This is not anything new. But what is new for you is that, you this week seem to have a viewpoint that extends 360 degrees around you. You're looking forward, and in truth, you have a sense of everything that's around you. If it weren't for this Nine of Wands, this doubt that sets in, you would be we're human, of course, there's going to be a Nine of Wands, okay? But you have this sense of outer perspective all around you, and you can gauge what happens around you. Now, you'll take this willingly, you'll sacrifice willingly for what you want, and you have done and you will do this week. And if it's going to bring you a Ten of Swords, if it's going to bring you difficulty, that's fine. You know that tens is the last in a series. It's over then. But here's a new beginning. We have two aces, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, and this is passion and love, and our page coming into the spread also talks of something. It talks of messages of love, not only messages of love. It's knighting with the knight, with the King of Coins, and the King of Coins, and this type of knighting relationship, conversation, if you will, in the cards here, talks of the value of your livelihood in terms of its spiritual worth for you. Now, of course, there are people, men, women, they are together, they're not together. One day you see each other, one day you don't. But for you, Leo, you have this 360-degree perspective all around you this week. And you're feeling very grounded, very grounded. Now, I'm going to take the Vera Sibilla cards first on the last card, which is the Ten of Swords. Okay. All right, now, what is the issue with this Ten of Swords? We have a messenger, so speedy, the sighing, waiting for the boat to come in, and Belvedere, looking at it from afar, and your expectations. These are expectations. There is an incoming message. Whoop. There are flying cards. That's what there is. There's an incoming message here. And what it's asking you to do is to wait, because in the long run, you are to come up ahead. But this week, we have the situation of the perspective changing and disappointment. Now, I'm going to take more Sibilla cards on the Nightmare card, the Nine of Wands, to see what this is trying to tell us in the middle of the spread. And it talks about your wounded dreams, okay? Your wounded dreams, your hopes. You have hopes. You have the hope of a new stepped up communication with, in terms of intimacy. There's the Imeneo here, which speaks to intimate communication. Giovane Fanciulla, beginning. This is a virgin, new, something new. And, what I understand here is that what you have and what comes in with this Page of Cups is something brought to you with the Ace of Cups next to that. You don't seem to see it. All you see is the perimeter around you, but you're not seeing what's in front of you, what's under your nose. And then you feel the burden. Let me take this, let me see the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, okay, all right, there's this is telling you there's the Viaggio, the trip, the death card, Morte, and Vecchia Signora. All right, now, it seems that there was forward movement in one sense. Many of you perhaps had to take a trip or a vacation, and then it was halted. The plans were aborted. That situation is poised now to undergo a positive change. So the sacrifice involved here was that stopping in your tracks. I'm going to take a look at the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands here. The thinker, il pensiero, nemico, the male enemy, and la matrice. All right, what is this? Battling. You're battling against windmills like Don Quixote. Here is your thoughts. Bring to mind and visualize negativity with respect to your loved one, and you're convinced of that. Now, let me see what the runes tell us. These are tiger's eyes runes, and tiger's eyes is all about groundedness. Let me see. Okay. Wow. You too. Here's success. Okay. Okay. Delayed success. Something that is not visible to you now. We have here Soilo, and that is the measure of this week's efforts. If you are able to wait, okay? If you're able to wait. What you're expecting is to have a download of information in terms of something that you sense around you in the perimeter, but that you cannot put your finger on. And what the runes are saying to me is that let it go, let that go. It will come in due time. And remember that you'll be moving. This is telling us that you're on track. You're right where you need to be. Just keep walking and try to keep your feelers out and your communication open, because the fear is causing blocks to you, Leo. I hope this was of help to you, and do have a lovely week. Namaste, Leo friends. I'll talk to you again soon.